Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing fantastic and that you're all having an absolutely incredibly wonderful day. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. I hope you're all paying attention because once again, all the rich people are buying up all the cryptocurrencies, and this video is going to be quite peculiar because you're going to see even more of what we've always been talking about in a move that has sent ripples through the Bitcoin market. Microstrategy, the leading business intelligence firm, has once again, for about the 14th time, announced that they have bought more Bitcoin. What? That's crazy. They've never done that before. The company recently announced the acquisition of an additional 12,333 Bitcoin, keeping in mind that if Bitcoin were evenly divided amongst everyone on the planet, I think there would only be 0.003 per person. I think that's what it is. Once again, 0.003 per person if Bitcoin were evenly distributed. In one move, Microstrategy has purchased 12,333 Bitcoin. That's enough for several million people. They now have announced one company, owns 152,333 BTC. Can anyone tell me in the class what happens if Bitcoin goes to $1 million per coin? Anyone? If Bitcoin goes to 5 to 10 million? That's right, they become trillionaires and some of the richest people on the planet. Yes, a little scary, I know. It says in a thrilling announcement, a bit of a stretch, Michael Saylor's Microstrategy Incorporated. Michael Saylor, who runs Microstrategy, also is in possession of, as far as we know, several tens of thousands of Bitcoin as well. That's once again a company and a person. Two separate entities in this case own separate amounts of Bitcoin. So the company has 152,000 and he was like 40 or 50,000 or something like that. So, little insane. Revealed its latest Bitcoin acquisition between the 29th of April and the 27th of June. MicroStrategy and its subsidiaries embarked on a Bitcoin buying spree. Well, that's just crazy, because the price of Bitcoin was falling around that time. Why would they be buying Bitcoin as the price is lower? I still can't figure it out. I'm not understanding. Snapping up approximately 12,333 Bitcoin, the company shelled out $347 million in cash for the purchase, averaging around $28,000 per Bitcoin, fees and expenses included. Here's a tweet for it right here. MicroStrategy has been doing this for a long, egregiously long amount of time. They will continue to do so. We don't often see the entire picture in that. I like to make sure that you receive this news so that you are aware when there's no Bitcoin left on crypto exchanges and Bitcoin is six figures, that no one's like, well, who was buying up all the Bitcoin? These people have been buying for a while. They're buying egregious amounts as well. This isn't, not a small amount of Bitcoin. And this is a company who has been open with us and transparent as to how many Bitcoin they have and how many more they're buying. What I mean is there are hundreds of thousands, millions of companies on the planet. There are a large amount of them who are into finance, and many of them have even told us that they are into the Bitcoin space. BlackRock. This lets us know that they are buying huge amounts of Bitcoin behind the scenes. We do not know how much, but I'm pretty sure it's also in the egregiously large amounts at any given time. So when you hear that one company has over, what was the number? 152,000 Bitcoin. Do you think that they're the only one on the planet, or do you think there are probably around 5, 6, 7, 15, 20 other companies who are doing so? How many of you think that there are other companies who hold at least 10,000 Bitcoin? About 20 companies doing so? It adds up very, very fast. So once again, in a staggeringly thrilling, striking move, the amount of Bitcoin left over for everyday average normal people has once again been taken off the table. And there will be a point in the future where people will realize that they could have accumulated a large amount of even Satoshis at this point. But a large portion of it went to the people who are already rich. So that's going to be something for the future. That's the Microstrategy bought a gigantic amount more of Bitcoin. They're not the only ones. And yeah, let's move on. Also in news, the XRP Ledger has welcomed something called Home, like where you live, your home, HOME, the first ever mortgage-backed stablecoin on the network, introduced by the RWA protocol. Why not? In an unprecedented move, wow, precedent, welcomed an innovative stablecoin called Home, backed by mortgages and introduced by the RWA. This groundbreaking development promises to revolutionize the mortgage industry and unlock many exciting opportunities for market participants and homeowners. The arrival of Home on the XRP Ledger marks a significant RWA protocol, the driving force behind the asset, leverages the power of blockchain technology to redefine the landscape of mortgage financing and provide individuals worldwide with flexible and accessible options. I wish these people stopped talking in robot and just gave me real news. What's the point of this coin? Why would I use Home over anything else? If I'm trying to get a mortgage, why would I not just go to my bank? How do I know that Home is real? That Home is going to continue existing? How decentralized is RWA? At any point, if they get in trouble with the SEC and I have a mortgage with them, will my mortgage disappear? I still have to pay it on my home. Are they going to still help me out? I don't care about you leveraging blockchain technology and or redefining the landscape of mortgage financing. How? What exactly are you doing? How are you helping me? How do you make sure that I don't go back to the old system? We get a lot of news like this as far as these new companies, and I remain skeptical on purpose because we've seen thousands of these coins appear and disappear, all under the pretense of I'm better and you should be using me because of decentralization and blockchain. It says that this is the first mortgage-backed stablecoin. I don't think we have many of them in the ecosystem at all, but cool, wonderful. The news for me was that this is a stablecoin of sorts on top of XRP, which we normally do not hear about. So I began to click around and I was like, does XRP even have stable coins? Were there stable coins there before? I found an article. It says Edge now supports stable coins on the XRP Ledger. I don't know what that means. What am I supposed to get from that? What is Edge? Is it Edge the browser? Is it Edge something else? What kind of company are you and what exactly are you doing and how many stable coins are on top of the XRP Ledger? Then I dug around a little bit more and apparently someone wrote in 2022 in October that they found that there are roughly around 5 to 6 different stable coins on the XRP Ledger. One is Stably, one is Stasis, one is Zago, that is XAGO, one is Palau, and one is Novati. I've heard of Stably, the other ones not so muchly. So cool. I personally still don't see an explicit need for stablecoins. I think they distract from the wider cryptocurrency market at length and makes our market more about money making and day trading as opposed to accumulating and understanding that the world's financial system is collapsing. But cool. So apparently there's a new coin on top of the XRP Ledger. The other news there being that coins on top of XRP, much like XRP, burn XRP as transactions are happening. So the more people that would use this would, of course, in the background, would also be burning XRP as the transactions are going through the network. I would implore you that if this sounds interesting to you and you want a mortgage-backed stablecoin, that you do at least 3 months of research. And not 3 days, not 3 hours. You find out what this is, how many people are using it, what their liquidity is, are they a real business, and what the benefits of you using this compared to using a normal bank would be. Are they FDIC insured in any sort of way? What happens if they disappear? What happens to your mortgage? Because I know a lot of times we talk about new products floating around the cryptocurrency space, and I see a lot of people talking on Twitter a couple of weeks later that they're using it or whatever, and I'm like, So cool. There's another stable coin on top of XRP now. Does anyone know exactly how many there are? I would have assumed that there's more. How many coins are on top of XRP? We never hear about that. Many other chains are also braggy. They like to tell quite quickly and easily when they have tons of other coins built on top of them, but we never seem to normally, if ever, not even in daily news, hear about how many coins are actually on top of XRP. I assume a dozen at this point. I'm not really sure. That's the XRP Ledger. Has a brand new mortgage-backed stablecoin. What are you? Like, what is even a mortgage-backed? And yeah, let's move on. You know what? Sure, why not? It's 2023. Try whatever you want. SBI Group, a prominent financial services giant in Japan, has announced plans to start trading Shiba Inu through its crypto asset platform known as SBI Venture Capital Trade. For those of you who do not know what SBI Group is, SBI Group is a consortium of smaller fractions of a larger bank within Japan known as SBI, who became quite popular in 2017 when they announced that they would be getting into the cryptocurrency space. They were one of the first, like the literal first banks ever to talk about cryptocurrency in a positive kind of light, and they became near celebrities within the cryptocurrency space. However, a lot of people began to not like them because they threw their weight almost exclusively behind XRP. And as you know, a lot of people lead interesting lives and fell for the lies of other people back in the olden days and believed that XRP was this terrible, terrible thing. And because the bank was not backing Bitcoin, a lot of people stopped caring about them, but they still held a very prominent name within the altcoin / XRP community, if you will. Since then, they've broadened their support for other different types of coins within the space. And now apparently in one of the largest announcements, they're now also going to be dealing with Shiba Inu. Japan's financial giant SBI Group made an announcement regarding its foray into crypto trading. SBI VC Trade, the subsidiary responsible for the group's crypto asset exchange business, revealed that they would be offering trading services for Shiba Inu. Here's the tweet right here. It says the stablecoin DAI, as well as the coin Cosmos Atom. So I assume they're also in there as well, as they're all in the same little photo. I can't read Japanese, but I see the stuff that's actually in English. With a primary focus on delivering comprehensive services that enhance customer satisfaction, because they wouldn't write "we hate our customers" and are trying to do everything to get them to leave, SBI VC Trade aims to address the increasing demand for crypto. Alongside Shiba Inu, the company has included DAI and Cosmos Atom, bringing the total number of coins that they support to 20. Yeah, quite popular news. I assume it has to do with the fact that Shiba Inu is in the news again, which hasn't been that prominent over the course of the last couple of weeks. Shiba Inu and Terra Luna Classic were like the poster childs of 2022. Everyone was talking about these coins. The conversation has slowed down a little bit, but we recently had news that, Terra Luna Classic is trying to rebrand and open up, and they're also, what's the other thing? Go to parity, which still has not been explained to me anywhere, with the coin and other projects. And now Shiba Inu, there's also Shiba Inu burn news. A lot of the times all over again, Binance is burning the coin and Beyonce is burning it and something else is, everyone's always doing something with the coin. So now SBI Group is going to be trading Shiba Inu. Cool. I hope their trading volume increases. I hope that Shiba Inu holders, I hope the coin eventually gets to 1 cent so you can all become millionaires. Why not make everyone rich at the exact same time? So, the odds seem to be in your favor if SBI has it on their platform. That's the Shiba Inu is now on the SBI Group trading platform. Yeah. Let's move on. Also why? It makes sense. The Swiss National Bank said it plans to issue a wholesale central bank digital currency as a pilot on the SIX Swiss Digital Stock Exchange, a subsidiary of SIX, an operator of infrastructure for the Swiss and Spanish financial centers. SNB Chairman Thomas Jordan said while the central bank has not ruled out launching a retail central bank digital currency, the bank is being a little prudent, at least at the moment. For those of you who don't know, banks are coming to the conclusion that a lot of people do not want, that is everyday, average, normal people walking around, don't want a central bank digital currency, as it's simply not needed. So a lot of banks are lightly backtracking and are beginning to announce that they're going to be launching central bank digital currencies, but they will remain internal. So basically, they'll be using it to send money back and forth between themselves and other institutions. But as far as the rollout to the general public, it seems to be rolling back, if you will, because there's really no need for them other than the idea of control, which a lot of other people have been openly talking about. We already are every day controlled in many other ways. We don't need the rotten cherry on top as being a part of it. The Swiss central bank said it intends to issue wholesale central bank digital currencies on SIX Digital Exchange, a subsidiary of SIX. According to Thomas Jordan, the chairman, that's exactly what the other one just said. However, the SNB chairman, who spoke at the Point Zero Forum, revealed that the experiment would involve the use case of real money equivalent. That's how they work. This is not just an experiment. It will be real money equivalent to bank reserves, and the objective is to test real transactions with market participants. So this is, how do I say it? Anytime that there is central bank digital currency news, it makes headlines within the cryptocurrency space. I don't know if it's paranoia. I don't know if it's people generally wanting to learn about them or know about them or when they're coming out. I'm not really sure what it is. These are and are going to be garbage, something that we do not need within the space. This is slightly reminiscent of news from 2018, 2019, where whenever there was a company or anything that said that they would be using blockchain, the general idea was that they would secretly be using Bitcoin. And it's no, you can use blockchain without using Bitcoin. We know that every country is planning on creating their own central bank digital currency. But whenever there's explicit news of it being released or being tested and used, a lot of people, I think it's nervousness, and I'm not completely sure why. We've gone over that before. A lot of people don't like the additional idea of monetary control, but you already are monetarily controlled in everything that you do. Anything you do online, anything you look at online, anything you've bought before, unless you are walking up to an ATM every day and taking out cash to buy your TV or to buy your car or to pay your rent, you already are, basically there. Anyway, So yeah, apparently Switzerland is working on their central bank digital currency. It will for at least a time be running internally amongst the banks to send money back and forth, I guess as a way to, who knows, it could be a million different things, but sure, why not? That's the Swiss central bank is launching a internal central bank digital currency soon. Wonderful for them. I hope it works out as terribly as I think it's going to work out. And yeah, let's move on. Also in water is wet news, in a recent CNBC interview, the other co-founder of Ethereum, Joseph Lubin, went on CNBC and announced that he believes that Ethereum is a commodity. Why would the guy who created Ethereum make sure that he says it's a commodity and not a security? I can't seem to figure that one out. Lubin referenced past statements by regulatory bodies, including the US SEC and the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, as supportive evidence for his stance. Despite this, Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, has not yet explicitly acknowledged Ether as a commodity, even though he has recognized Bitcoin as such. There's so many layers to this, and I'm going to try and not stay here forever. A long time ago, the idea of being a security was not a thing. Understand that the idea of something being a security or not a security is nonsense. Like, dig deep in your soul and your brain and understand that the classifications of these things as securities is just propaganda from the SEC to get other people to believe that something is wrong with the cryptocurrency space and needs to be regulated. The coins themselves do not need to be regulated. What needs to be regulated is if you are offering a product or a service to people in exchange for money and a promise on top of a blockchain, i.e., here's TMI coin. Use it freely. It's decentralized. It has 9,000 million nodes. If someone pops up and says, we're using TMI chain and we're offering you a product that will give you a guaranteed 95% return per year, we promise, that has to be regulated so that we can know for certain that A, they're not going to run away with your money, and B, that we can have regulators look into it to see that at the end of the year you are going to receive your 95%. The idea of being a security is nonsensical. It is not a thing. It was something it was a classification that was created almost 100 years ago. Glad that we got that out of the way. The other important part is that roughly around 2018, when a lot of world leaders began to scream at the top of their lungs that cryptocurrencies were evil and needed to be regulated, the idea of what was an unregistered security began to pop up because the SEC simply classified a lot of these things as such. Two of the only coins, we have thousands of coins in the cryptocurrency space that were deemed to be not securities were Bitcoin, and then the next day the word Ethereum was thrown around by the previous head of the SEC. The current head of the SEC, we have gotten word that he believes that Bitcoin is a commodity, and he has stated that every other coin is a security. Why would every other coin be a security? Listen, I firmly believe, and if you think I'm wrong, you have not been on this planet long enough. There's a massive amount of money that's being passed, whether it be through lobbying, which is legal bribery. Yes, it is. I heard someone say, no, it's not. Yes, it is. You take a briefcase and you go to someone and say, here's an enormous amount of money. It's on record that I'm giving you the money so that you can change this law to benefit us. And or you go to them and you offer them space in your holiday home, or you give them access to your yachts that they can use whenever they go on holiday or vacation. And you say, just change a couple of things for us. That also happens as well. If you think it's not happening in this $1 trillion cryptocurrency industry, once again, you have not been on the earth long enough. When we got the classification that Ethereum years ago was a commodity, I was like, it's interesting how they mentioned no other coins. That began the journey for me when I began to think of how much money is actually being passed across different tables. When you talk about the current situation where Gary Gensler has not announced that at all, this tells me a couple of things. One, shining at the very top of the mountain, is that the people from Consensus and Ethereum probably received a letter saying that it looks like they could be it makes all of this is so nonsensical, and I wish that there was a way to get everyone to realize it at the exact same time. We've seen coins prices plummet over the idea that they might be a security, which makes no sense. It literally has no bearing and nothing to do with the cryptocurrency space. And the active manipulation by the SEC around the world is terribly troubling when you talk about a space that should be moving on its own based on decentralization and simply how many people are using that network. So when you have Joseph Lubin going on to CNBC to express his opinion that Ether is a commodity, this lets me know that someone behind the scenes came forward to him and was like, listen, they're classifying it as a security. The usage of the network has no bearing on even the idea of how many nodes or how decentralized something has to be. Nothing. Decentralization did not exist in its current form before 2009. It was not a thing. There were so many different companies who were trying to figure out how to, what was it? The Trojan horse parody or something like that? Like a way to kind of get other people to trust each other without having to be in the exact same room. Something with math and yada yada and like guy on a horse and all this other stuff. These conversations are nonsensical, especially when you consider that crypto is happening around the world. If every blockchain was just within the United States, I would go, okay, listen, everyone just focus on Bitcoin. There are 200 countries and they're all using crypto in some capacity. What is this fascination with this one place, this one guy, Gary Gensler, telling everyone else around the world what's happening in the United States? You know who doesn't care about the SEC classifications? The other 199 countries. And even more so, the amount of companies who have partnered with and are using Ethereum, many of these are in Asia and in Europe. Ethereum will still exist after all of this. It's completely insane. In the interview, Joseph Lubin highlighted former SEC official Bill Hinman's speech in 2018 when he described as having effectively cleared or declared Ethereum as not a security. The Ethereum co-founder pointed out that 18 of Hinman's colleagues collaborated on the speech, indicating a consensus within the SEC at the time. However, he admitted there still might be a few regulators who have yet to concede that Ether is not a security, although he does not see it as a significant issue, I'm sure. I'm certain you don't. This is why you went on to CNBC to make sure that everyone knows that Ether is a commodity. I really do wonder where this will all end. When will is this going to be a topic forever? Will in the year 2035 we still be having discussions as to what is and what's not a security? What the SEC does and does not control? How corrupt they are? How much do you understand? How much longer can this go on? Why are we still having discussions about this? Why is there nothing but a huge amount of energy around the idea that Bitcoin is transacting trillions of dollars per month through its network should be more than enough for billions of people around the world to understand and trust the network. The idea that Ethereum is the most used blockchain. I would go out of my way. I don't know the number. I would go out of my way and assume that it's a good 60-70% of all apps and dApps and stuff within the space is built on top of Ethereum and Polygon. That should be more than enough for the world to be like, who cares what the SEC says? It's the most used blockchain on the planet. You're talking about these mega companies building on top of Ethereum. Who cares that the SEC says that something is a security? I would go more for the 349 companies who are building on top of it. For those of you who are confused why I'm talking about these companies, it's called the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Google it and type in Enterprise Ethereum Alliance partners or users or whatever, and then go on images on Google so like you can see like an actual photo because people have like compiled them all together. It's massive. Any attempt by the SEC to do anything negative to the space, to me, is just a form of price manipulation trying to get people to be terrified of what could possibly be in the space. Anyway, that's the Joseph Lubin was on CNBC talking about that Ethereum should be classified as a commodity. Once again, I think all coins should be commodities. That's just the way that I see it. Unless you have a product built on top of it that is offering something with an expectation of profit, you know, a security, then yeah. Rightio. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be. I do hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.